Hello, Facebook, and thank you for joining Gretchen and I today for our Facebook Live event. My name is Jessica Steger. I'm the Executive Director of Clinic Operations for UnityPoint Health Finley Hospital. And now that spring is finally here, at least I think we can say that, and Mother's Day is just around the corner, I have Gretchen Hong, who is our nurse practitioner with UnityPoint Clinic Women's Health, who is here today to provide us some tips on how moms can stay healthy with their kids and active, especially now that the weather is nice, getting outside, at work, and just how we can work on our wellness goals and to improve our wellness goals overall. Because I know you're a mom of two busy kids, and I'm a mom myself, so I'd really like to hear some information that you have to share with us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me here today, and I'm happy to share, as much information as I can in the time that we have. Lord knows I could talk all day about being healthy and as you said, we're both busy moms too. So this is a topic that's near and dear to our hearts anyway, as well as to a lot of the patients that come through our clinic too. So when I hear about how to be healthy, how to take care of yourself, I mean that's what I do all day long is counsel patients and family and friends about how to keep yourself healthy and how to be the best physically that you can be in order to help take care of your kids. And we are gearing this more towards mom, but I think we can also say grandmas too are probably also in this group too. So part of it is physically being able to take care of yourself so that you're the best that you can be physically, also emotionally, where you can be the best you can, emotionally, spiritually, all of that as a compilation of your health, So part of it is doing things to keep let's start with physically, like keeping yourself physically active is key. Certainly we're very busy, especially if you work or if you're at home, and that's a job all on its own. The combination there, I mean, I laugh. My son has been singing the song to me. I think he's learned it from church. And he says, wrote it down. He said, "You're a looker, you're a cooker, you're a driver, you're the ultimate survivor, you're a mom." So it's like, and you never get paid. That's the other part. So moms, we have a ton of jobs that we do at home, and we have to be physically fit to be able to do those jobs to the best of our ability. Part of caring for others is caring for yourself, making yourself the best that you can be. So part of that is going in for your annual physicals, making sure you're doing all your screening tests, and just checking in every now and once a year at least in order to check in with your provider and make sure that you are where you need to be. Because some of these disorders can pop up and not have symptoms until they're very far advanced. So just doing that routine screening and checkups are the first step at creating yourself physically healthy. And you've got a partnership then with that provider and all the resources that they have. They're an excellent source of knowledge for you and a great resource. And they'll give you pointers like what I have for you. Like you could be, to be physically active, it's so hard to be able to squeeze in 5 minutes every now and then. But 5 minutes is still 5 minutes. If you did that a couple times a day, like right now the recommendations are be physically active for 30 minutes, a couple times a week, 3 or 4 times a week. That's for heart protection. If you break that down to 17 minutes a day. So if you did 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon, 7 minutes at night, that's fantastic. Above and beyond what you're already doing, because your body gets used to the exercise that you already do. So it gets harder because then you have to constantly challenge yourself to work harder to keep your body strong. Because your body is adaptive. It's amazing. It's a wonderful, it's just amazing system that it gets used to it, which is good. So you keep building up and building up on it. So it should feel challenging, but it's still enjoyable.
So is there any type of particular physical activity, Gretchen, that you would recommend? I know, some moms can't just get out there and run for 2 hours or
really?
A gym is a good option as well, but let's say they don't have those options. What types of things would you recommend for those moms?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's lots of things you can do to work it in. Part of it is you could, let's say you're a working mom. Let's say you could, park 5-10 minutes away from where you work. Yep. So you leave a little early from work, you park, you can walk all the way there and then turn around and walk back at the end of the day. You just squeezed it in. Sometimes it's what you have for lunch breaks. If you can get a 5 or 10 minute walk while you eat or talk with people, or if you call up a friend and you're on the phone with them, that you can talk and walk at the exact same time. We implemented like walk and talk meetings here too, where you can get up and walk. If you have meetings with staff, that you can walk during your meetings it's nice too because it brings down anxiety and it makes you feel even more productive. You could even just the idea of just getting up and moving, like if you're at home or if you're at work, if you're able to get up and move around, set a timer on your phone to go off, like, okay, every hour I'm going to get up and walk for 2 minutes, and you could do that at work too. That would be one way to kind of get physically active. Some people will do as what the wall sits, where you lean against the wall and you kind of sit there and hold that position. And some people will use stairs, like some people work from home and they have access to stairs outside or inside, and they can go up the stairs a couple times, and they tell me later they hate me because their legs really, it's like a stair climber. So yeah, with the laundry too, it's weighted. Yeah, so those are all great ways of kind of being active.
Good.
Yep. So another thing you could do is like I have some patients who've told me that they'll have commercial breaks during the shows that they like to watch, and then they'll use those commercial breaks to do their exercise, and not just get up, get snack, and go back, but I mean, like,
walk
really get up and actually exercise.
Down, get some water.
So getting that exercise in. The other one, some people will watch their show while they exercise, so you could do either or. So you can really, it boils down to doing it, but also do something that you find enjoyable, because if you start something that you don't like in the first place, you're going to quit. It's you're just going to dread it. You're going to hate it. So do something you enjoy. Most people enjoy walking, or you can throw on some music with it. You can, do podcasts with it, watch the news with it, so you don't feel like you're under a rock. Because I know for me as a busy mom, like, I feel like I don't know as much of what's going on in the community around me, because it's just kids work. So sometimes that can be challenging. So to be able to add in news or add in a show that you like and exercise with that, I mean, you can certainly get that exercise in.
And you get your show in as well.
And you get the enjoyment of the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. So there's that physical portion that's physically active. There's the nutrition portion. You have to make sure that you're eating healthy, and it's not just that we're running into the pantry when our children are distracted and we're chowing down on cookies. It's just, right? Even to the best of us, it still happens. So it's one of those that, you still want to choose healthy snacks. And the other thing too is we're acting as, and this is an important role as a parent, we act as a model for our children. So we're setting up their palates, and we're setting up their exercise by palates, like what they like to eat. We're setting up what they enjoy to eat, what they're going to crave as they get older, what their body sees as fuel. And we're also setting them up for what's considered a normal exercise routine. And you can certainly start that at any age. It doesn't matter if they've been, not eating so great since a young age, and now they're teenagers and they're hangry.
Yeah.
But and they're growing and they're eating you out of house and home. You can still give them healthy choices. You can make it into an activity if you wanted to. If you were really ambitious, you could do gardening as a family. I'm not that ambitious, but you could certainly do that. But healthy food choices are also key, because as much as you do the exercise, the nutrition is just as important, because we know that nutrition plays a key role with keeping down cholesterol and sugars, and it's all part of the high fiber. All of that is important. You need those vitamins and nutrients in order to be the best you can be physically as well. So making those nutritional changes, and again, we are basically the role model for our kids, and what we're going to implement is what they're probably going to implement as they get older too. So, that's where I would.
And I also think too, if you are active and you want to get out, walk, if you can get a watch to track your mileage, or if there's health apps that you want to use that can track your mileage that you've walked, but also logging your food that you've eaten for the day, just to get an idea of what you're really eating and where you can improve as well. Do you have any apps that you would recommend, Gretchen, or ones that you use? Oh yeah, absolutely. So it kind of boils down to, what are your goals? First part is creating goals for yourself. So it doesn't always have to be that. Well, there are great apps that you can use. Like there's the MyFitnessPal. There's some free ones that you can pay for apps, I'm sure, but there's some free ones that are very good. There's the MyFitnessPal is very nice for nutrition and tracking exercise. So you can kind of see how many calories are recommended for your age and your height. Where if you're trying to lose or maintain, what your calorie intake should be. It'll track some of your nutrients as well. Water intake. I mean, water is, we're like mostly water, so we constantly need to have that too. But it'll track that for you for free.
There's another one that I think is called Lose. I think it's Lose It, where you can. It's like an Atkins based. There's some. I use the Runkeeper. That's another one. Oh, that's one I personally use. That's pretty nice. So you can track exercise. There's probably a whole bunch of them out there, honestly, that are excellent for that. Apps.
No, those are some good ideas and ways. Like I said, you can go buy some watches or just put an app on your phone. It's always good use of tracking that information.
Yeah, and if you can't use an app, you can still create goals for yourself. I mean, you can certainly, I'd like to, for example, say like I want to be able to walk a mile, at 3 or 4 times a week, or if you want to, and then continually increase upon that. You could set goals for yourself that you want to run a half marathon within a certain period of time, or a full marathon if you want to. There are plans out there that you can create. There's even, I'm sure I know that there are free plans out there that you can create to hit your goals if you wanted to do that. It just boils on what do you like to do, what would you like to accomplish, and then creating a plan to accomplish that. And a lot of times that's where either your friends or just the internet itself is a great resource, or talking to providers that can give you additional resources or help you with with those goals. That's absolutely something that you can do. But creating a goal and setting that goal and then making steps in order to achieve it. Because if you don't have a goal, you don't know where you're going. It's hard to create change.
Yep, I would agree with that. And I think too, even while you're doing the exercises and things that Gretchen had suggested, if you do have kids, take the kids out with you. Go for walks, go for bike rides, go play in the park with them, because they do model, like Gretchen said, that behavior that you're setting for them as well. So
yeah, there's also now that we finally have spring here, it's just it's such a great time to be outside. I mean, it's regardless of how old your kiddos are, it's so easy to if they're home. Anyway, it's easy to take the whole family up and go out for a walk. I mean, you can go have dinner and then, okay, all the dishes are up. Let's go. Off we go. Go take a walk.
It's sitting inside.
Not only is a good exercise for you, it's also going to hopefully give you a good night's sleep, regardless how old your kiddos are. It's bonding for you and your family that you can go out together and explore your neighborhood or just talk through what's going on. And that's, again, it's modeling great behavior, because as your kids start to develop, they start getting familiar with reality and the world around them, that you can help them kind of navigate that. And that opens that communication, allows you to have that relationship. It provides the opportunity to have that relationship with your kids and strengthening that bond. So there's that emotional part of that happens with it too.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if you've got younger kids, and I say this from personal experience, this is one of my favorite ways of getting up and moving is like we'll have breakfast in the morning and I'll throw on Pandora, which is free. And we'll have the kids' music playing, and then we'll just have like dance parties which is fun, because like eventually a song will come on that the kids are like jumping out of their seats and they're like dancing and singing, and I can't help but join in because their energy is so contagious. So you just like jump in and start dancing and singing, and that's what I mean by getting up and moving and being active. And there's lots of ways to create that. You can do that in the evening. Same thing if you go for a walk. When we go out for family walks, we end up exploring the neighborhood. We're looking for first signs of spring is usually at this time of year. This is what I like to do anyway. Like as the cold starts to go away, we're looking for the songbirds. We're looking for our first robin. We're looking at the leaves to see if you can see the little buds at the end of the sticks, so you can see that the plant is starting to come out and starting to grow, and then we know that spring is here. So we're looking for later in the summer. We're looking for the caterpillars, and looking to find if you can find a red leaf in the fall, like who can find the first red leaf or first orange leaf. It just ends up being a lot of fun. Sometimes they'll have races, like, okay, run to that tree.
Yep.
And then they'll run and come back, So
it's always anything you can incorporate with your kids, you have fun as well as your kids. Well, Gretchen, these are some awesome ideas. I really appreciate you sharing this with myself as well as Facebook and everybody else. Any moms out there, grandmas out there, who's ever watching, these were really good pointers and thoughts that we can all use as a takeaway. And I appreciate you being here with us today as well. Mother's Day, like I said, right around the corner. So happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. And if you do want to learn more or come talk to Gretchen about any of your healthcare needs, you're free to look on our website at www.unitypoint.org, or you can go ahead and request an appointment online. So thank you again for today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Have a good day.